So thank you for that. Plenty of fish. So we're going to Ajanle Koko. So Ajanle Koko, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so just a few words.
I've listened to many of us on the platform, particularly on the issue of the youth in Nigeria. Irrational was saying that Sowore should go and stop or get somebody, or he should stop what he's doing. And on the other side, is saying that, oh, I look at his economic plan, it's the best. And so, why are we talking like that? Why are we talking?
No. The two things can go together. I'm sorry, if anybody that is still with the session is not subscribed, please do. We need the numbers to evolve, the platform and get more people involved. But what he was saying was that he agreed with the policy thrust of Sowore's narrative, but is now questioning that is it still the arrowhead that should be the front face of that narrative? So maybe he should be in the background and allow somebody else to come through. Because it's almost tainted now. It's almost, it's like tainted. It's like used,
It's whatever. You guys that tainted him. It's not tainted. He's doing the right thing. He's doing what all of us supposed to follow him to do, to bring this radical political class, to bring them down. But we are not doing it. All the youth in Nigeria, they don't stand up. They don't do anything. They don't want to. Come together and push these people out. But rather,
they want to, but they have not found the voice. If they find the voice,
when are they going to get the voice?
No, they need it. They've not found a champion. There's no champion in the space.
They follow the politician. They follow
the politician because there's no champion. Is there a champion in the space for them to follow?
They are champions. Okay, when Mogbalu and
name one champion. Name one champion that looks like he's going to lead Nigeria to a better place.
Among the youth?
Amongst in the whole space. Name one champion in that Nigerian space.
When we are talking among the youth, Sowore as
Sowore, but Sowore is a looter, isn't he? It's just a looter, whatever.
That is what the young people want. They need to do a looter and kick these people out of power.
Yeah, but a looter is Sowore is just anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure that Sowore is the man. So I think Sowore. You see, the problem with that Sowore narrative is occupying that space that should be occupied by somebody that has a bit more charisma and a bit more purpose, so he's occupying the space, but it's not occupying the purpose, it's not engaging. It doesn't have there's an element missing that is not there, that doesn't allow him to propel that space, but he holds that space so fervently. That is exactly what Rational Mind was saying, that he agrees with him in broad strokes, but he doesn't agree with the personality of the person. So it's not the man for that space, essentially, is what it is.
Wait, if you guys keep waiting for the man for that place, when are you going to get that man for that space? This man, are you telling me that by all standards is not qualified for that job he aspired for?
No, he flatters to deceive.
Huh?
He flatters to deceive. It's just, it's like a flash in the pan sort of thing.
No, look, whether you like it or not, that guy carried out the best campaign ever in the history of election in that country.
I agree with that.
All right. That is number one point. That is how to know a politician that really want to work. Awolowo demonstrated the same thing too. During the time of Awolowo, nobody ever campaigned hard like Awolowo. Awolowo traveled all over the federation, north, east, everywhere. There's nowhere Awolowo did not travel to. And that is why Awolowo was able to understand the problem of the people on the ground, and he has solutions to them. But Sowore is doing the same thing. He understood the problem. He knew what is a.
Why is it then that why is it then that people are not engaging with him?
Because you people are scared to death. You scared of tear gas. You scared of being shot.
Everybody is scared. Even Sowore is scared of tear gas.
You cannot be scared. You see this guy leaving his comfort. He left his comfort zone to Nigeria and say that he's ready to die for the people, because that is the nation that have given the best to him in life. That is the nation that make him what he is today. The foundation of everything he got it from that nation. And people like us, the same thing. We got it from that nation. And that is why when we speak, or when I speak sometimes, like Ovie was saying, speaking with emotion yesterday. Look, we have lived. That once upon a time, that country was one of the best countries in the world. In the 80s, at the place I used to work, you can go to work with Molue, take a public sample to work in Molue, and you go back home with brand new vehicle in the evening. All you just need to do, you just walk to the company secretary and said, "Hey, sir, I want to apply. I'm looking at I saw one new car, and I need one new car." And you say, "Okay, do you want to take loan?" If we just check and see that, okay, you are not paying it, you are not paying any loan at that moment. You are not owing.
Okay, and
they just call the. Hold on, let me tell you this. Yeah. You just call the dealership, and the dealership will bring a brand new vehicle to you in the office, and you would ride on with brand new vehicle. No, that is the country that we used to have. And
no,
this country
I narrated. I don't know how long you've been listening, but I narrated a story that's almost the same mirror as yours. But
yes, I heard you.
This is plenty of water, plenty water now by Super Chat again. He is speaking to that space, so you know that it's not just me that is saying it. So this is what plenty water is saying by Super Chat. It says Sowore is 50 years of age. There is still a video on YouTube where the youth rejected him as leader during the NSAS protest. So yes, I'm sure you are aware that they chased him away from that NSAS space, and the constituency that he needs to, as a 50-year-old man, his demography should be exactly the youth, because the youth is just that right age for them to look up to, but it's still that age for them not to disdain. So it's exactly the image, is exactly the person that should occupy that space, but the space is not gravitating towards him. So you say they are scared to do this or the other. The people that were demonstrating at NSAS, they were not scared. They paid, a lot of them paid the ultimate price, but they still categorically rejected Sowore. I even saw a video where they were chasing him away, that they don't want him associated with their movement. So it just doesn't fit into that space, essentially, is what it is. It's occupying space that they shouldn't be in.
All of us understood what happened then.
But I thank you plenty of fish for the Super Chat. Yeah, carry on.
What the NSAS guys were saying then is that they don't want this thing be politicized. They don't want it to look as if there's a politician behind it, and they don't want.
But it's meant to be. It's meant to be an aluta now. But Sowore is aluta now. Sowore is aluta now. And the NSAS is aluta. So why did aluta reject him? Is NSAS not aluta?
What
and Sowore is aluta?
Those one that just sat down at one toll gate eating chicken and rice and water.
Look at that. Now you are dismissing them. You say they should come out. They came out. You say they should be brave. They are brave. Now you are dismissing them.
Why can't they raise somebody? Why can't they raise somebody and say, okay, it is time now? Why can't they raise anybody and say,
no, that person will emerge organically. Whoever is going to lead Nigeria out of the space that we are, it will emerge organically, but certainly not a known name, and certainly not
Sowore's emerge organically. And you see people that were following him everywhere in his demonstration, they were not paid. They are organic people. So they are people that are really committed. They love from their heart doing what they were doing just for every one of us that are talking. They are demonstrating for us to make sure that, okay, these politicians that are destroying this country, we have to shake them down. What Sowore is doing by demonstration. Martin Luther King did the same thing too in this country to bring white supremacist administration to their kneel. But you people don't want to do it. A lot of black people died in America for what we are enjoying in America today. But you don't want to do it.
Well, what you're saying essentially agrees with what I am saying, even though you might not see it, because Sowore is pushing for that space, but that space is repelling him. So it's essentially it's taking up. Yeah?
They want to. They like suffering. They want to continue to suffer.
No, they don't like suffering. They don't. They don't like. No. They just don't find that champion in Sowore. That is the thing. So you have to admit that.
Who are they looking for? When are they going to see the champion?
No, that champion will emerge, but it's certainly not. Well, I don't know.
What are they going to use? You know, a yardstick to use to qualify the champion.
Whoever is going to lead Nigeria out of this mess we're in, it will emerge, and whenever that person emerges, it will identify him immediately without being told. But that person is not Sowore, certainly not. Certainly not.
Mr. One Man, I'm telling you, those people, Nigerian youth, are not ready. Even though a lot of
course
people,
they are ready. They are ready. They just don't have a voice. They don't have a champion to champion the cause. That's just the thing.
Mogbalu, what of Mogbalu is not the champion too? What of what's the other guy name?
Mogbalu is an elite. Mogbalu is ex-governor, deputy governor CBN. Is not
that's fine.
About the man on the street and what does the man on the street know about Mogbalu?
What of the motivational speaker? What is the name?
Durotoye.
So
that one is just fine boy. Now that one is just some guy. He's just looking for. That one is looking for babes.
Everybody.
That one is looking for babes.
You too. You are rejected. You are just like every other youth in Nigeria that doesn't know what on. They don't know what they want to do.
But do you not see what I'm saying? That the person and the voice and the tonality and the pronouncement, it will have to fit the space. It will not just be some actor that is posing like a Sowore or some elite like Mogbalu that is speaking a language that nobody knows, or some guy that is just after babes like Durotoye, or it's not any of these elements. No.
Look, let me tell you, it is time for Nigerian youth to really stand up and take their country from these bastards that are destroying that country. If like you are saying, they should keep waiting and see somebody that's going to be the champion. Champion for what? Champion to where?
To evolve us out of the mess we're in to a better place. Right. And that person is not Sowore. You know that, and I know that.
Okay, look, let me tell you, the way politics play is this. Sowore is championing it. If they follow Sowore, some other people can come in contest against Sowore in the race. And then they will see a leader will emerge. Sowore is not saying. Sowore is not saying, oh, he wants to automatically put himself above everybody that I have to be. Other people in the political party, other people can show interest for any position in that party. So let them join Sowore or this other.
No.
Let the youth come out and do something.
Let me say this, Ajanle Koko. What we can all agree on is that enough is enough within the Nigerian space. We all agree that, but then the person that is going to say enough is enough in the way that not only are we saying it, but that we feel it, is that person that is going to lead that space. So somebody like Sowore is just pre-packaged, he speaks to a set pattern, and he has all these isms and all these, peppy little things that he says. He's just a poser and an actor and he presents it in a particular kind of way with that cowrie that he wears on his neck and the babalawo that he takes to the court, and it's just like that. It's a character. So it's just like some entertainment something. That is what he is, some entertainment something. And Fela Durotoye, I'm sure he's a joker. And Moghalu is too elitist. So there's nobody in that space. But the only thing that just bothers me about Sowore a bit is that he's inserting himself too aggressively in that space to facilitate for a real champion to come through, because it's just looming too largely over that space. So if he wants to, this is exactly what people are saying as well, that conference that was called by Madam Obi, that because they did not give him the golden stool, then he took his ball and says he's not playing anymore. And he's just not the man for the space. That's just it.
Let me tell you one man. All this wrong characterization you have mentioned about this guy is
my assessment, my opinion. Yeah.
It's uncalled for. Let me tell you, for somebody to leave America, to leave his wife, to leave his daughter, and said, Nigeria, we have to stand up and fight these people, I think it's enough for everybody to know that he is not fighting that cause for himself, for his benefit, but for the benefit.
Are you denying the fact that there's an element of self-aggrandizement with Showore's posturing?
No.
Shekarimi, you are a Yoruba man. Shekarimi.
No, this is not.
Is it not Shekarimi? Shekarimi.
It's not Shekarimi. This guy. He is fighting what he believes in. He is fighting, and that has been his record since his college days.
Yes, an Aluta guy. Yes.
So you have to know where this guy is coming from. You know that is who he is. He liked fighting against injustice, and that is what he's doing. Nigerian leaders, all from the top down, they don't love that country. They have destroyed that country, and it is time to stand up. This is the time for all the youth to come out. Let's agree.
Exactly. This is that time now that Nigeria now has to take a decisive step towards a direction to fulfill that greatness. So this is not the time for actors and posers and Shekarimias. And this is what Plenty of Fish has to say via his super chat again. So Plenty of Fish, thank you. This is what he says. How is Sowore qualified when there is a YouTube video of Sowore saying Nigeria does not need a foreign reserve, a foreign exchange reserve, expressing his lack of knowledge? So, the guy is just, it's a bit like Nnamdi Kanu, as I said about Nnamdi Kanu earlier. I'm saying about Sowore, exact same person. These elements have plateaued within the space that admittedly and thankfully they created that space, but they've now plateaued, but they don't now know how to pivot, to superior people that are more, gifted in statecraft, and the ego, is just subsumes them to the point that it's just about me, and then
no, one man, no, don't characterize this guy like this. This guy, look, I will always respect this guy, man. This guy is not doing this for.
No, you're a fan of his, fair enough. I'm a fan of Michael Jackson, but that doesn't mean that's neither here nor there. I'm a fan of Sonny Ade, but I'm not asking him to come and be president.
Why? I mean, this guy is not doing this for himself, but for the people of Nigeria.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that he's not doing it for himself? Are you sure about that?
I have told you how politics works. If they believe that they want to take Nigeria from this crooked people that are destroying this country. All the youth in that country should come together. They can join Sowore, or if they want to form a group, they should form a group and just start demonstration against these people. And then a leader will emerge. It is not necessarily that Sowore have to be the leader, but they have to come out and start demonstration. Demonstration and protest can bring this country, this government down. But they don't want to do anything.
Yeah, but no. You know, there has to be sincerity of purpose first for any of those things to come into play. And that is the missing element. And that is why I said that the voice that is going to lead Nigeria has not yet emerged. Certainly not amongst any of the known players. Absolutely not. Certainly not Sowore, who is just a poser.
I'm not saying it should be Sowore. What I'm saying, they should come out and start doing something. Look, in America, when before Trump was kicked out of power, you see demonstration growing all parts of America by Black Lives Matter, by all group of people, young people, college guys, ladies, I mean, men and women, everybody demonstrating against Trump. What's that? And they brought him down. They kick him out of power.
And also, you know, there's a lot of people that feel that people like Sowore are actually fifth columnists. They are agents of the shadowy figures that have just been put in there to occupy that space and divert from the real substance that should emerge through that space. That's because you remember, of course, that he was Buhari's boy in the build-up to 2014. And he has associations.
That is wrong. It is not Buhari's boy. It's not Buhari's boy.
In 2014?
It's not Buhari's boy. He's never been part of Buhari's team. What he did was he came out strongly against Jonathan corruption. And
he was not championing Buhari. Do you want to go into the archives and check that again? He did not champion Buhari.
He didn't champion.
Who was he championing then? Okay, I think we've lost Ajanle Koko, but that was good. I enjoyed that. Ajanle Koko, are you still there?
Only thing he did was he came out forcefully against Jonathan corruption practices all over Jonathan government, and it was that's what
all right.
supposed to do.
Okay,
this guy is playing his part. Let us play our part too, and other young people, let them play their part instead of testing and sitting at home and talking against this guy.
No, nobody's talking against him. We're doing our part by speaking to the space, you know.
You characterize him and they make a derogatory statement.
No. I wasn't being derogatory. No. If I'm being derogatory, then
recently shot. Just recently shot. Just for exercising his civil responsibility, protesting. Why should he be shot? That's to tell you that.
No. That is wrong. But there's also this narrative. Ajanle Koko, there's also this narrative that Sowore is seeking immortality through martyrdom. So there's that element to it as well, that is seeking immortality through martyrdom. So again, you know, that speaks to him just, leading with self. You know, why would you, I mean, look at the climate and always standing in front of, the weight of a draconian regime, knowing that fully well. We've had unknown soldiers. You are familiar with the narrative of the unknown soldier. So if whatever happens to him, they will demonstrate on the street for a day or two, and that will be the end of Solomon Grundy. So it's martyrdom to immortality through martyrdom. I'm just not convinced about the guy. I'm sorry.
Look, demonstration and protest is one of a power, that citizen has to fight, to put pressure on government, in democracy, and express their displeasure at what the government is doing that is wrong. So when this guy is exercising this power that
is
he
it his
has,
right also to damage? Is it part of his exercising rights to damage public property, as Plenty of Fish is
no,
saying
he
via?
never. Look,
Okay,
Mr. Woman.
okay. Respond. Oh no, hold on. Respond to this. This is Plenty of Speech. Plenty of Water again via super chat, and this is directed to you. So from Plenty of Water, it says, "Sir, can you explain why Sowore does not have a court case in Lagos State, despite his graffiti vandalism of public and private properties in Lagos?" So a vandal, people are not convinced about this guy. You just have to admit that.
Let me tell you, this guy is, I mean, it's just asking, this is a nonsensical question. If he's really following the situation in Nigeria, he's supposed to know why Sowore is restricted in Abuja and why it's not in Lagos. And Sowore have never
no. He's talking about his antecedents, and this is not. Even in Abuja, there was a time he went to graffiti the airport as well to write "EndSARS" on the forecourt of the parking foyer of that in red bold letters. You can Google it and see it yourself. You know, just graffitiing public, defacing public places, public assets.
Sowore by himself. Sowore by himself.
Well, we was in the mix. No, he was in the mix. He led his group there. He led his group there.
Okay, why do you want to accuse him for that? If one
and
of
he
them
did this at the police headquarters in Abuja as well, that he went to graffiti the place.
So did you see him doing it personally?
We saw it now. It was on video. Whatever he was, is he not the leader of the group? Is he not? Are you saying that he leads them there and then whoever is holding the can sprays the thing? Now you're saying he's absolved? You know? I mean, what are you talking about?
Well, so by writing graffiti on the wall, so you want to call that
defacing public property? Defacing public property? Is that not going to be fixed with public funds? That graffiti
public fund that is being looted every day.
Yes, but then it's going to be wasted though on him graffitiing public property. Should he be graffitiing public property?
No,
I don't. Are you in support of that? Are you in support of that?
No, I'm not in support of that. I'm not in support of that. But let me tell you, Sowore is not a violent guy.
The graffiti is that not an act of violence?
You don't use that to describe me as a violent, because you are trying to paint this guy. Oh, he's violent. You are trying to support this guy that's been typing all these jargons here. So he's not a violent guy. Government and their agencies are the ones that are violent against Nigerian people. Why is it that every time Nigerians are trying to demonstrate, you will see the government shooting at their citizens? They shoot at their citizens. They want to take us as slaves. And you say we should continue like that.
Nobody is saying we should continue like that. All the more reason why Sowore should leave that space and allow somebody that is that has more sincerity of purpose and authenticity. We need somebody with authenticity and sincerity of purpose and not a poser.
Okay, this guy was shot like maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. He's been at home now. Why can't we see any other? The last time, I mean, Adeyanju was the one that led the campaign last time, the campaign for June 12th. Adeyanju led that campaign for the group. So what is the problem?
These are not the people we're looking for.
Who are you looking for, Mr. Young Man? I mean, Mr. Young Man, you are in London. You are
a real voice with real potency. I told you already, with sincerity of purpose. We have to see
when are you going to get that person?
That person will evolve organically. That person will evolve organically, but that person is not amongst the players that we know now. This is what I'm saying to you. You know, that person is not Sowore. Certainly not. I think even you will concede that. And that person is certainly not the Mogalus and the XYZs, and certainly not the other and all of these elements. We saw Utali Boy, who will say our Mumu don't do, and is going to beg Festus Keyamo for money in the dark of the night. So it's not any of this mix of people. You know, that person, when that person comes, nobody will be told that that person is the person now. that person gets is next to be identified, and that is why you are not seeing the actions that you're seeking to see.
I want to bet with you, you are not going to see that person in Nigeria. Nobody in Nigeria.
Well, no, I'm hopeful that that person will emerge.
Yeah, they are scared to. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to take risk. They don't want to take risk to take their life to take their life back from this.
So the people out on June 12th, they were not taking risk. The people out on June 12th, they were not taking risk.
Oh, that is.
Were they or not?
Who is that leader? Did you see any leader emerge among all the June 12th? Where is the leader?
It is within that mix. It is within that melee that something will evolve. And that thing is yet unknown, but it is certainly not from the known, is what I'm saying to you. And certainly not, Sowore.
One man, this is not the time to sit at home.
Now he's Nollywood something. He's scripting, you know. He's trying to be. He wants to be Mandela and Bobby Wine and all that. See, this is it. It's just playing through that space.
Yo, one man, this is not the time for Nigerian youth to sit at home. This is the time for all of them to demonstrate every day, because they are destroying their future. They have to stand up to take their future from these bastard leaders they have in that Nigeria. The more they sit down at home, the more they are destroying their future. Let them stand up. Let them and fight, but they don't want to fight. And you see one person, you are saying, you are looking at that personality of that person. It is the personality of that person you are trying to destroy, categorizing. You don't look at what he's doing. That is good for everybody.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
Standing up against this administration. Standing up against Tenarika rule. That is what we have to stand up. And you know that Femi Falana. You know that Femi Falana is doing a lot more. You know that Femi Falana is doing a lot more than Sowore in terms of impact and purpose. Yeah, because he's a lawyer, right? No, because he's an activist. You know, Femi Falana will go to obscure African countries and go and fight legal cases for random people there. Nothing to do with Nigeria, just to do with fair play. So Femi Falana, sort of like a radical mind, but of a younger vibrancy, is what will evolve that country, not some poser that is just, attention-seeking. You keep calling this guy poser. Well, let me tell you, Femi Falana, like you said, yes, he has done a lot in fighting fighting for the people on the street, particularly with his profession. So Sowore was doing the same thing. He was using his media house to expose bad leadership, and you people are sitting there at home. You didn't want to stand up and fight. This guy has exposed a lot of them. Buratai, that destroy your military, your military. You people, he exposed him, how much houses he have in Dubai, how much he have in bank account. A lot of politicians that this guy has used his profession, the media house, to expose them. You people sat down, keep sitting down. You don't want to do anything, and you want to blame him that is a poser. What should be done? What should be done off the back of the exposés? What should be done? You're supposed to take to the street every day and ask for you stand up and take to the street for this and bring this government down. Bring them down. And then if you want to participate politically, look for a party to do with the same ideology and political aspiration and voting your own people so that you can keep them out of power. But you don't want to do nothing. You just want to complain and sit down in one place. No, nobody's complaining, but the situation is too critical for, the space is not Sowore's. It's just essentially, and I'm not moving from that spot. The space is not for Sowore because the situation is too critical for somebody like Sowore to occupy the space that is occupying within the Nigerian landscape. That's just my thought, Yeah, this guy is asking another question that Sowore is a chairman, treasurer, president.
Oh, yes. So this is plenty water
When
again.
did
It
that?
says, Sir Ajanle Koko, can you democratically explain how and why Sowore was the chairman, treasurer, and presidential candidate of his party all at the same time? So, of course, you know the Sowore narrative, one man show, AAC, Sowore, Sowore, AAC.
I mean, the question is asking shows that it doesn't know how political party is structured. There's no way
No,
somebody
political party is not one man show now, which is what Sowore is running.
No, it's not one man show. They have chairman, they have treasurer, they have secretary. He was just a presidential candidate of the party. So this guy doesn't know what he's talking. He's just asking. He's just a Sowore hater. So he should just get out from your skin.
So anybody that is critical of Sowore is a Sowore hater, Abi? Is this what it is?
No,
Are we back to that IPOB mindset? Anybody that plots is a hater.
No, look at the question he's asking. How can somebody be in a political party structure and it's going to be chairman, it's going to be presidential candidate, it's going to be treasurer, it's going to be secretary? What kind of senseless question is that? This never happened. Just a candidate of the party. The party have a chairman, a secretary separate from his own position. It's just one position, a candidate of the party for presidential election. Go and Google it. You can even Google all the AAC. You can see the name of the official, of the executive member of the party. Come on.
All right. Okay. So, well, we'll leave it there because we've gone really more than but I did want you to have that space to, you know, to really express because, you know, I am not convinced about Sowore, and I think it's actually doing a disservice by occupying this space that is occupying, because that space needs to be occupied with more purpose and more verve and more sincerity. So, and I don't see that in him. I'm sure I am mistaken, and I hope I am. But thank you, Ajanle Koko. Just have the last word before I round off.
All right. So, our nation, Nigeria, at the stage we are now, this country is sliding toward disintegration, and everybody have to stand up. If we don't stand up to rescue this country will be gone. And we made a mistake or miscalculation most of the time, particularly in the last election. I see a lot of people, they are talking of restructuring. Look, the last election, if Nigerian, particularly from the west, from the Yoruba side of the country, if they have stand up, come out and vote, if they came out and vote en masse, just like they did in Oyo State, to vote out APC, if they have done that in other part of Yoruba land, we will have been talking a different thing now. Atiku will have won that election. But because we didn't come out and vote en masse, that is why Buhari was able to rig that election, and look at what we got for it. And I believe if Atiku had been the one that won the election, Atiku would have been implementing restructuring now, because Jonathan, the conference, the report of the conference, what's the name of the conference? The constitutional conference. Yeah, the constitutional conference report was submitted to Buhari. He didn't do anything on it. Atiku will have implemented that, I'm sure, because PDP would have implemented restructuring, and we wouldn't have been in the situation we are going through today. So, but the way it is now, The present administration doesn't want to give you restructuring. It doesn't want to give you anything. It's standing up against 17 state governors that said they are not going to allow open grazing in their own region. I mean, in their state. Is standing up in open TV to say, no, there's going to be open grazing. So this man is ready to destroy that country. This country is sliding toward disintegration. Everybody must stand up. But
okay.
I, as a person, I am standing up for Yoruba nation. I am standing up for Yoruba nation. If all of us cannot work together, it's better for us to break apart and let us go and everybody go his own way. I think that would be better. That would solve the problem.
All right. Thank you very much, Ajanle Koko. We did not agree, but certainly I admire your passion. You are quite fixed in the position that you hold. So at least a man of his word. So Ajanle Koko, you are now establishing yourself as a real voice now within the space. So join us as often as you can. God bless. So that's Ajanle Koko, but let's give the final word to Plenty Water. So this is Plenty Water, just as a broadside parting remark. You know, just take that as you are going towards Ajanle Koko. So it says, okay, sir, this is Plenty of Water, is super chat. It says, okay, sir, who was the chairman of AAC in 2019 and in whose name did the bank state an authority as authority in 2019 when the secretary wanted the bank statement? So essentially, he's digging, that's Plenty Water, he's digging his heels in that Sowore indeed is the chairman, secretary, everything in between, from the cleaner to the president, the entirety, the embodiment of AAC is Sowore, and Sowore is the embodiment of you know, so essentially he's the party and the party is he. Is what Plenty of Fish would have us believe. So that has been the session. Thank you, Plenty of Fish. So we started off with cryptocurrency and we've ended up with Sowore must go. So that is the nature of the session. You all know how it goes. We have our talking points, but then of course, people speak to what you know, they are passionate, what engages them the most. And you could hear the passion in Ajanle Koko's voice that he felt a bit miffed that disparaging words were being used to describe Sowore, who in his view has done nothing but to sacrifice himself from the comforts of his cushy living in America to go and throw himself at the beast that is the Nigerian state to get trampled upon, and people like me, talking heads on a computer, just dismiss him out of hand. But then, of course, you know, I'm not dismissing him out of hand. He has served the purpose and is a national treasure, absolutely no question about that. And his name will forever be in the annals of the history of that country. But as he plateaued, is the question that I asked about Nnamdi Kanu, and that same question applies to Sowore. Is he now occupying this space for longer than he should have? You say leave when the ovation is loudest, but the ovation is starting to peter out, but Sowore continues to dance on the stage. Conversations in the comment section. This conversation doesn't end here, but Plenty of Fish is insistent on having the final word, so he comes in with this super chat again. So this is what our Plenty of Fish has to say via super chat. Sowore started his protest. Sowore started his protest in Ikeja local government that had. Sowore started his protest in Ikeja local government that had APC votes equivalent to Sowore's nationwide vote. Is that activism or a chaos creator? So that is what he's saying. Sowore started this protest in the Ikeja local government area that had APC votes equivalent to Sowore's nationwide votes. Is that activism or a chaos creator? So, well, I'm not quite sure if I wholly agree with what Plenty of Fish is saying, but essentially what he is saying, what I'm reading into that, is that Sowore is taken away from the space needlessly, and it should recalibrate. So a lot of people are of the view that it should really recalibrate, it should re-strategize. No matter what your thinking is, that seems to be a common conclusion that people have with regards to Yele, that he needs to re-strategize and to recalibrate his politicking. So that is it. I'll leave you guys with the Igbo pattern, the Igbo, what I keep calling this Igbo, but it's actually the IPOB. The IPOB seminal song, their theme song, by way of an ode in the direction of my my fantastic Igbo followers. You come here all the time, and I appreciate you, and I will appreciate you more if you click on that red subscription button so it turns gray. Just one click, and that is it done. It barely even takes a second for you to do that. So do that right now and straight away. I'll leave you here, carry the conversation on within the comment section. And here I say peace, and I'll leave you in the hands of Holy Holy. So Holy Holy.
Another Savior. Holy, 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 another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 holy,
well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPOB families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Sing along, holy, 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 our Savior is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Right and